Well, Spokane mother of two has been missing for almost a month. 34-year-old Megan Stedman was last seen in the Bozeman-Livingston area.
The 34-year-old woman from Spokane had been working in Livingston at a gas station when she disappeared on December 15th.
Why do we have to worry about where we go as women? That's not okay anymore. This is 2024. We shouldn't have to worry about that.
"34-year-old Megan Ashley Stedman vanished on December 15, 2023, under what the Bozeman Police Department believed to be suspicious circumstances, with her family and friends concerned for her safety. Megan was described by her family as an independent and outgoing woman with an entrepreneurial spirit. She attended cosmetology school and had aspirations of opening up her own nail salon one day. In her words, she wanted to use her skills so that she could make people look and feel good after recovering from surgery. Megan was a true ray of light, making her disappearance even that more out of character. She would never have left without communicating with her children and loved ones, especially in the light of Christmas and her daughter's birthday on January 10th. A missing persons poster said she was last thought to be with her estranged boyfriend, 42-year-old Chris Brandon Foyles, in the Bozeman-Livingston area. Megan was known to drive a 1973 large white Lando motorhome with a red stripe on the sides that had obvious damage to the rear's driver's side light and a Washington state license plate. She was described as an African American and Native American woman, 5'7" tall and 195 pounds. Little did Megan's family and friends know they would never see or speak to her again.
Well, Spokane mother of two has been missing for almost a month. 34-year-old Megan Stedman was last seen in the Bozeman-Livingston area. Police in Montana are actively looking for her there and say she may be missing under suspicious circumstances. Her family says it's not like Megan to run off, especially without communicating with her loved ones and kids. They believe her disappearance is domestic violence related. Allison Martinez has the story.
Since December 15th, Megan's siblings and friends have searched Washington, Idaho, and Montana for any sign of her. Megan has now missed Christmas and her daughter's birthday, which is today. Megan's family is worried that her estranged boyfriend has something to do with it.
I hope she comes home, man. For her kids, for everybody.
It's now been 27 days since 34-year-old Megan Stedman disappeared. Her siblings, friends, and kids have spent hours searching for her from Spokane to Bozeman.
So we're just trying everything and we're trying to bring it all together. It's a lot of work. It's a little overwhelming, but it's worth it if we get her home.
Nearly a month after Megan was last seen, police in Idaho Falls, Idaho, responded to a call about a motorhome parked on Wardell Street that matched the description of Megan's motorhome. The vehicle had no license plate or vehicle identification number. Sometime in the last 4 weeks, the red stripe that was initially on the motorhome was painted blue. Police would also discover Megan's black and white brindle-coated dog. Officers knocked on the door, receiving no answer, prompting them to request a search warrant for the RV. Before the officer could arrive with the warrant, Megan's boyfriend, Chris Foyles, allegedly exited the RV. Inside the motorhome, investigators found substantial evidence to immediately detain Foyles. Initially, police did not state whether Megan had died or how she died. Not long afterwards, charging documents were revealed that upon speaking with officers, Foyles stated, "I am Chris Foyles. I killed my girlfriend. She is in the RV." Cops would locate Megan's body in the back of the RV. According to Foyles, he and Megan arrived in Idaho Falls on December 22nd, parking the vehicle on the south side of the Walmart on Utah Avenue. 2 weeks before his arrest, he and Megan got into an argument while parked at the Walmart. Afraid she would call the cops because of a no-contact order between the two, he stabbed her in the neck and chest with a kitchen knife, intending to kill her. Then he returned to finish the killing, stabbing her several times in the upper back when he heard her moving. A look into Foyles' past revealed Foyles had been previously arrested in November of 2023 for partner family member assault against Megan. Detectives who were called out to the RV for that particular incident noted that Megan appeared scared and visibly shaken. It was at that moment that they would discover Foyles had prior charges that were pending. He was a 3-time convicted abuser. The news of Megan's murder hit her friends and family hard. This was not the outcome they expected or were hoping for. Megan's family described the relationship between her and Foyles as volatile, recalling a time when Megan contacted a close friend in a panic, stating she was trying to leave Foyles after the two got into a heated argument. She requested that her friend send her money so that she could escape and go back home. Sadly, she never made it. A GoFundMe was started to raise funds for childcare expenses and her funeral.
The last person to hear from Megan was her close friend Janelle. She says Megan called in a state of panic, trying to get away from her ex-boyfriend.
There had been some type of escalated situation between the two of them, and she wanted to know if I could wire her some cash to get gas to come home.
Megan had been suffering from domestic abuse, something her and Janelle shared and had dealt with together.
And I think that that's one of the reasons why we were spending so much time communicating before she disappeared, is because she knows that there's not any situation that she could ever be in that I would ever judge her for like that.
Independent, and a fighter. That's how Megan Stedman's brother Aiden Mitmo describes his sister. The 34-year-old woman from Spokane had been working in Livingston at a gas station when she disappeared on December 15th. Her body was discovered in a camper in Idaho Falls on January 12th. According to court documents, 42-year-old Chris Foyles told police he stabbed Megan multiple times. I spoke with Bozeman Police Detective Captain Dana McNeil, who says the department had received dozens of tips from the public between the day Megan disappeared in December and into January.
We had some serious concerns from the start, and that the family, mostly because the family had some serious concerns, and we took it very seriously, and it's sad. It's really sad to see this happen.
McNeil also says that Bozeman police aren't ruling out pressing charges in Montana.
Obviously, there'll be charges out in Idaho. It doesn't mean that there won't be charges here as well.
Foyles also faces charges in Park County, including partner family member assault, in which Megan was the victim. Foyles was released from jail shortly before Megan vanished. MTN learned that his bond was set at just $5,000. During a text conversation, Megan's brother tells me that she was entrepreneurial, saying Megan told him she wanted to open up her own nail salon. Mitma says that Megan went to cosmetology school and wanted to use her skills to help other people look good and feel good after recovering from surgery. Megan's brother and her family describe her as a ray of light that filled any room she was in. Megan leaves behind 2 children, and a GoFundMe is set up.
42-year-old Chris Foyles was booked into the Bonneville County Jail and arrested and charged with first-degree murder in connection with the death of Megan Ashley Stedman. It isn't clear whether Foyles has retained an attorney who can speak on his behalf, and investigators are asking for the public's help in gathering information about Foyles' movements between December 15, 2023 and January 12, 2024. The case remains ongoing.
A case I've been following for over 2 weeks now. I obtained the probable cause affidavit against Chris Brandon Foyles, who is accused of stabbing Megan Stedman to death in her motorhome, which was found in Idaho Falls, Idaho. Now, these court documents state the details of Foyles' arrest. He's charged with first-degree murder. Now, the charge comes after the Idaho Falls Police Department received reports of a suspicious RV similar to the one the Bozeman Police Department released a picture of on January 2nd when they posted that Megan Stedman was missing. Officers knocked on the door of the RV, but there was no answer. Montana law enforcement provided information to obtain a warrant to search that RV. While waiting for Montana law enforcement to arrive, Idaho Falls police set up surveillance in unmarked vehicles. During the surveillance, officers observed a man later identified as Chris Foyles by his Washington state license exit the RV. Charging documents say an officer made contact with Foyles, who reportedly said, quote, "I am Chris Foyles. I killed my girlfriend. She's in the RV." The officers performed a sweep of the RV and found a woman's body in the back. She was later identified as Megan Stedman by a tattoo similar to the one described in the bulletin from Montana authorities. They also found credit cards in the RV with Stedman's name on them. Now, according to these charging documents, Foyles told authorities after his arrest on January 12th that he and Stedman arrived in Idaho Falls on December 22nd and got into a fight, but it scared him because there was a no contact order between him and Megan. Foyles reportedly admitted he grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed Stedman repeatedly with the intent to kill her until she stopped moving. Now, police arrested Foyles for first-degree murder and booked him into the Bonneville County Jail in Idaho Falls. Foyles appeared in court via Zoom. Due to the nature of this murder charge, Foyles is not eligible for bond, and if found guilty, he could face the death penalty. I talked to Megan Stedman's sister, who tells me Megan was a loving mother, a fighter, brave, independent, and was always positive.
No matter what she had going on in her life, she always tried to keep a smile on her face. She was bubbly. She was a social butterfly. She was loving. That's my sister.
I combed through just a couple of Foyles' past criminal charges in the state of Idaho, and here's what stood out. In May of 2006, he was charged with misdemeanor domestic violence, and just a month later, in June of 2006, was charged with a violation of a no-contact order. From 1999 to 2024, Foyles has 15 criminal charges in the state of Idaho, including the murder charge.